Well, with over 100,000 migrants from south of the border seeking asylum within the U.S., local and state officials are getting antsy and looking for answers. In New York City, Mayor Eric Adams and Governor Hochul are arguing as the city claims it cannot hold all of these new arrivals alone. Here with the latest, we've got Yahoo Finance senior correspondent Rick Newman. And Rick, what are we hearing from some of the elected officials on this front?
Everybody's blaming everybody else is what's going on. Welcome to the immigration problem in the United States. This is a nice microcosm of why our immigration is so completely broken. So you've got 100,000 migrants in New York City, as you say. Eric Adams, the mayor, wants some of them to go elsewhere in New York. There are a lot of communities in New York outside of New York City that say, no, we don't want them. The governor of New York wants the Biden administration to speed up work permits so that you can actually get these people employed, earning some money, and having some cash to be able to pay for themselves. But the Biden administration says, well, we don't have the funding to do that. Congress needs to pass bipartisan immigration reform. Congress is never going to pass bipartisan immigration reform. So we've got a complete mess that nobody can solve.
And Rick, I mean, with that in mind, you also have, other states busing or flying migrants into some of these cities as well. How much of a political football do you think that's going to be as we head into an election year?
It's totally a political football. I mean, which is one of the reasons we don't fix this. I mean, Republicans in particular block a lot of efforts to address this problem because they don't want to sign off on anything that would basically allow a lot of migrants who got into the country illegally to stay here. They are sticking with this hardline view. But the reality is you've got something like 11 million or 12 million migrants in the United States who came here illegally, spread throughout the country. The judicial system for processing their claims takes years. I mean, and many of these people are functional and productive contributors to the U.S. economy. By the way, we have labor shortages in a lot of places. The national unemployment rate is around 3.5%. In New York State, it's 3.9%. You can barely get people to work on farms and take a lot of other jobs. So in a better system, you would say, let's try to turn this whole situation to our advantage. These people are coming here mainly to work and live a productive life. So let's help them do that. And meanwhile, get them working, get them earning money, get them paying taxes, get them contributing to local economies, which is one of the reasons you saw a bunch of business leaders just this week in New York City send an open letter to Congress saying, could you guys please do something about this? It's not going to happen, which is why it's so frustrating. I will say one thing. There is a chance here for the Biden administration to try to find some creative fixes to show that Biden is actually doing something to address the immigration problem. So far, the DHS under Biden has just said there's not much more we can do without help from Congress. But they should be sounding the alerts at the White House and telling President Biden, look, you're underwater in the polling on immigration. It's one of the worst issues for you in terms of public approval. So maybe use this as an opportunity to show that you're able to do something.